And when we breathe in, and these little alveoli fill up with oxygen, right at that split second, there's an exchange.
Barbara O'Neill emphasizes the vital role of water in maintaining health, particularly for those over 40. She explains that water is essential for numerous bodily functions. Before we begin, don't forget to like and subscribe so you won't miss out on future videos. Stay till the end, the last advice will be revolutionary for you.
Do we need to drink water? The million-dollar question. Why do we need to drink water? Well, let me give you a few pieces of information that will help you understand why we do need to drink water and why it must be water, not juice, not cordial, not soda drinks, not tea, not coffee, but water. We urinate out, we're going to say a quart loss every day. We urinate out of our kidneys. We urinate out 1.5 quart loss. Out of our skin, and most people are surprised at this, we lose 0.5 of a quart loss. Out of our colon, we lose 0.3 of a quart loss. This is in 24-hour period. Out of our lungs, we lose 0.2. We need to be drinking at least 8 glasses of water a day. That's 4 glasses per quart. That takes us to 2 quarts a day when we have 8 glasses of water a day. What about the other 0.5? Well, that's coming in our fruits, in our vegetables, maybe herb teas, maybe a vegetable juice through the day. And that quart is important. That 8 glasses of water a day is important because every single body functions requires water. And water alone will do it. We had a pathologist do our program. He said, "You'll find this interesting, Barbara. We did studies on caffeine. And we discovered that it takes, from 1 cup of coffee, it takes 5 glasses of water to make up for the dehydrating agents in a cup of coffee." Wow, that quite surprised me. But when you consider that, I think most Americans, most Australians are dehydrated. So I always ask a person, how much water do you drink a day? These are some of the answers I get. Not enough. Not much. I don't drink water or my legs swell. I don't drink water because I'm visiting the bathroom too much.
Dehydration, which can result from insufficient water intake, leads to a range of health problems such as headaches, fatigue, kidney stones, stomach ulcers, and even negative mental health effects. O'Neill notes that dehydration also weakens the stomach lining, making it more vulnerable to damage from stomach acids.
First place that water is lost is the stomach. Because lining our stomach, we have a thick mucosa lining, and in that thick mucosa lining is sodium bicarbonate. And that sodium bicarbonate is in the stomach lining so that if any stomach acid tries to go through, it's immediately negated or neutralized so that the hydrochloric acid doesn't eat out our stomach. But one of the first places that water is taken from in dehydration is the lining of the stomach. And so when someone is dehydrated, they can have a very thin stomach lining. And when there's a very thin stomach lining, there's no sodium bicarbonate in there. And so the stomach acid can easily start to eat its way through. And then because there's damage, our body's own microorganisms change roles and become the clean-up team. Remember Monday, where we looked at the cycle of life? And they change roles and become the clean-up team. Remember what its name is? Bacteria. And they've given them a name in the stomach. It's called Helicobacter. You've heard of it? Yes. Helicobacter pylori. Helicobacter pylori is blamed for stomach ulcers. Students, what's the cause of stomach ulcers? Well, the number one. It's actually dehydration. And Dr. B claimed that at the writing of his book to have cured 3,000 cases of stomach ulcer with water alone. Because the first place that the water is taken from is the lining of the stomach, and the first place it goes to is the lining of the stomach. So a glass of water half an hour before the meal, the first thing it'll do is it'll thicken that mucosa lining on the stomach. So there's a couple of doctors from Australia, Western Australia, that got a Nobel Prize for discovering that Helicobacter pylori causes stomach ulcers. They were even putting Helicobacter pylori into someone's stomach and, yeah, stomach ulcer. But you know what my question is? Well, were they dehydrated? How much water were they drinking? Are they coffee drinkers? We had a pathologist attend our program. He said, we did studies on coffee and we found it took 5 glasses of water to make up for the dehydrating agents in 1 cup of coffee. Now, when you look at that, I think you'd agree with me, the nation's dehydrated. And Dr. B's book, One of the Body's Many Cries for Water, it actually explains why all of these ailments are happening. Because when you do take medications, what does that do to your hydration status? Lessens it even more. I know as a psychiatric nurse, you'd be talking to the patients and you can tell their mouth is dry by the way they're talking. So what do? Oh, Coke, coffee. Is that helping? Not at all. In fact, it's contributing to the fact that they're still in the psychiatric hospital, because our brain is 85% water. From the neck down, we're 75% water. Our brain is a hydroelectric system. No hydro, no electricity. A person can actually develop negative thought patterns in a dehydrated brain. And most people know that their headache possibly is due to dehydration. My husband rang me one day, 3 o'clock in the afternoon. He was driving. He said, I don't know what's the matter with me. I've got a migraine. I can hardly drive. So you know what my first question always is? How much water have you drank? And he went, oh dear. He said, I haven't drank any water since I woke up this morning. So he woke up in the morning and had water. He had breakfast. Must have got busy, had lunch, and now we are 3 in the afternoon. He is chronically dehydrated. So I said to him, please don't drink a whole glass of water. Please just have half a glass of water. A few minutes later, another half glass of water. A few minutes later, let it little by little go in. He said after the first glass, the migraine went to a headache, and after the second glass, the headache went to a dull ache, and after the third glass, he had no headache. Now, isn't it nice if you can resolve every headache just with water?
She recommends drinking at least 8 glasses of water daily to compensate for the water lost through various bodily processes. Unlike coffee, tea, or soda, which have dehydrating effects, only water effectively hydrates the body. O'Neill stresses the importance of proper hydration practices, such as drinking water throughout the day and particularly before meals, to aid digestion and prevent overeating. She also suggests teaching children to develop good hydration habits by encouraging regular water intake. O'Neill further discusses how proper hydration can prevent serious health issues like diabetes, high blood pressure, and allergies, which can be exacerbated by dehydration.
To be made properly. So if someone's dehydrated, can you see that can contribute to diabetes? From the gut, they're great big long names, so I'm just going to give you, there's about 4 enzymes that are released to finalise the digestion of our food. These enzymes, there's one enzyme that finalises starch digestion, there's another enzyme that finalises fat digestion, and that's your polyunsaturated, because remember your saturated is broken down under the tongue, the enzyme under the tongue. And there are two enzymes that finalise protein digestion, and that's why when someone has pancreatic cancer, they often die very quickly and they die of malnutrition, because the pancreas can't release those enzymes to finalise digestion. And if digestion is not finalised, the food can't get out of the gut and into the blood.
In pancreatic cancer, when the pancreas can't release these enzymes, it causes big problems because the body can't absorb nutrients properly. This leads to people losing weight quickly and not getting enough nutrients. Insulin helps cells use sugar for energy or store it for later, while glucagon tells the body to release stored sugar when we need more energy. So when the pancreas isn't working right, it affects both digestion and how our body manages energy. It's really important to find ways to help the pancreas work better, especially in cases like cancer, to keep people healthy and strong.
Well, some people say, but Barbara, I'm drinking all my water and I've still got constipation. So you know what my response to that is? Well, it's not the water. Must be something else.
She advocates for prioritizing water as a simple yet crucial aspect of a healthy lifestyle, urging people to recognize the importance of water in overall well-being. In conclusion, Barbara O'Neill's insights highlight the often overlooked importance of water in maintaining optimal health. She underscores that hydration is not just about quenching thirst, but about supporting every function in the body, from digestion to mental clarity. By understanding the critical role that water plays in adopting proper hydration habits, if you found this video informative, make sure to give a like, subscribe, and press the bell icon so that you won't miss out on any future videos.